with it right. Here with who I started with, we something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, Uno, Central Coast, mob and suicide. Only arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Linda Raza, do me a favor, if you like the fire content that we're dropping every single day, nothing but bangers over here, and there's a button right there below. It's the like button. You can smash, press that. Por favor, si gustan. Absolutely no pressure at all. But that basically helps us in the YouTube algorithm, and it also helps us expand and reach larger audiences, like now that we're streaming on Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe over to Twitch. Before we get into the title of this video, which is 10%, aka Maniaco Mindz, is the new Seggs Play channel. Before we get into that, let's keep it professional and let's go through the formalities. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone inside the members only. The members only get the biggest shout out of them all. They've been having my esquina since day numero uno. I want to give a shout out to the members only. They rock with your boy. They believe in the Chicano movement. They believe in what we're doing right here, heading in the right direction, advancing La Raza, and doing it objectively, rationally. I appreciate the members only, man, for their full support of El Movimiento. And if you're new to the channel, say you just subscribed over to the channel, what's going on? What's this dude? What's this set? This shit looks lit. What the hell is going on over here, man? Man, I'm just a small town Chicano from East Salinas, 93905, the Alisal district. I'm in my community, born and raised in my community. And basically, I turned a negative over into a positive. And it burns a lot of people that are like, that someone can come on the internet and represent Chicanismo and do it the right way. So stay subscribed if you're a new subscriber. Nothing but bangers are coming, right? Nothing but fires getting dropped every single day. All right. Anyways, without further ado, so check this out, man. Some people have been sending me clips. They know that I have a principle that was pretty much ingrained inside of me, right? Like it was ingrained inside of me, which it was taught like Klecha, but it was also like, I got like PTSD. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I got PTSD from seeing people do these acts. And what I'm talking about acts, I'm talking about Seggs. I want to make sure I say it right. Seggs Play. Doing these acts, and most of them are verbal. Some of them can be physical, but most of them are verbal. And when they do them, they get laid out in pools of blood. That's the PTSD that ingrained that inside of me. I just think people from over here, my area, just a little bit different, right? They're built from a little bit of a different cloth. And if you know, you know, that's really only for those that need to know or those that know, right? If you don't, you don't, right? But everyone has a different upbringing and everyone has different klecha and has different circles and schooling, etc., right? Well, a lot of people have been sending me clips because they know of my stance on that, right? They remember that I went ahead and I disclosed just as I started doing these uploads barely a month ago. I started uploading videos when RIP Rascal passed away. Matter of fact, the only channel I've been listening to for the last couple weeks has been rest in peace to my brother Rascal. When I started dropping videos after that, I went ahead and just, you know, again, they just come to mind and I just spit them off the hip, right? Another video that I did was the real reason that I think surprised a lot of people. It surprised people that used to mess with the runner. It supplies people that were his boys, people that went on vacations with them. They went to Airbnbs with him. They went to Vegas with him. They had him over at their houses doing barbecues, etc. And I got invited to every single one of those get-togethers. But I just disclosed a month ago the reason I backed up. I wasn't jumping on no more lives. I backed up and I wasn't especially participating in that kind of shit right there, because again, the individuals are just, you know, individuals that I'm like, I'm not doing it. Was because of the Seggs playing. That was the main and primary reason, again, because I said what I said in the beginning, something drilled and instilled inside of me. Well, over there on Maniaco Mindz, aka 10%, right? 10% Mexican, right? AKA King Joto, aka Big Zesty. You know, and it's like people think, I don't want you to get twisted. Some people might be new to the channel and be like, why are you going in? Why are you going in? I've never gone in on anyone. Not even if it was a beef or whatever, right? They do dumb shit on here. They throw jackets and paperwork comes out, which I can give a shit about or whatever, right? That's their fucking life. That's what they do, right? But really with that individual, my number one bone to pick with that individual, that still blows me away, but everyone is entitled to do what they want. Why people still go over there and teach me, master, about Babylon. Teach me, master, about the blood moon. The problem I have with that individual is he got a 14-year-old girl pregnant as a 40-year-old man and denies, with all the klecha he has, oh, I'm klechad up. Don't you see my 58 size FB county pants? I'm klechad up. Don't you see my solos on it? That he couldn't tell the difference between a 14-year-old girl and what he said he thought was 18 years old. To me, that's still disgusting that a 40-year-old will be looking for an 18-year-old. But I get it. There's maniacos out there, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds that look for 18, 80-year-olds, maybe. I don't know. Quien sabe que su pinche madre, güey. And that's the only issue that I have with him. It is a skeleton that came out of his closet. And the biggest irony was he read fake paperwork. And on that fake paperwork, he tried to throw a jacket, knowing for several years he had a skeleton in the closet. Look, gente, you're on the internet. You want to become a public figure. Just PSA, okay? They're going to find everything and anything about you if you got dirt, shit, or whatever. If not, they'll just make the shit up. They'll make fake paperwork, AI videos, or whatever, right? But you got to take the good with the bad, right? As long as I don't mind getting trolled or shit talked about me, as long as the person has some kind of followers. That way I could just grab their subscribers and I'm cool. You know, keep it pushing, right? You win some, you lose some, but you got to take it all, cabrones, the good and the bad. So that's my issue. That's only been my only issue. Now, other things have come to light. Of course, we got Cali Ledges Media, man, shout out to him. He went ahead and brought to light about him getting taken out of some gang shit. Let's just say it's all fucking gang shit, right? Get rolled up from the pod, never came back, etc. Well, that issue, to my understanding, is still looming, but I don't know it to be a fact. I don't know it because I'm not in that business. I'm not over there. That's not, I'm not in that business, period, nor do I want to be in that business, right? Well, people, so that's the only issue that I got with the cabron, right? He can't tell a 14-year-old from, I can't tell a 18-year-old from a 14-year-old. Absolutely not. Nomás es un pinche perro caliente that wants to bounce around. Preach one thing, right? Preach one thing. Be like the preacher behind the pulpit. And God says this, the Bible says, and my. You know, he wants to preach one thing, and then he's like in the back of the church slamming dope, you know, doing one thing, but doing another thing, right? Instead of dope, someone said I'm not even going to say it. That's been my only issue with him. And it's a little bit creepy now, segueing into what the meat and potatoes of this video is. It's a little bit creepy now that he goes ahead and, you know, he has a channel, and of course his co-engineer, he has like a dialogue conversation, and it's Norby's, right? The gerbil or whatever you want to call them, etc. That's Norby's, right? They're best friends. They're all they've got. That's all they got, right? There's nothing else. It's just them together, and they're doing shows, and it's fine. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It's fine. Keep doing what you guys are doing and keep fooling the people, you know, thinking that you are a person of integrity. Let me tell you how to raise a family. Let me tell you about children. Let me tell you about curses. And let me tell you about all this other shit that people want to hear from this 4'11" Gandalf looking magician, right? But it's all to the good. Everyone has their lane. But what I want to point out during this video right here that I thought it was worth pointing out is it seems like, you know, Runner and Bud Light used to be the main Seggs Play channel, right? When they used to, oh, my 11, you got the 11, I got a 7, I F hard, I do this, I do that, all the while with ladies in the chat, and some of the times with ladies on the panel. So immediately I backed up. That's what I did. But now we got a new Seggs Play channel. And so if you want to tune in over there, all they do is talk about hot dogs. They talk about glizzies. They talk about putting things in mouths, etc. And it looks like it's going to be their new MO. Now, when it comes to that, you're never going to hear anything on this channel even remotely close to that, again, based on my own experiences, right? And again, a lot of it has to do with my schooling, right? We don't disrespect women here. The reason I had umbrage with, again, the pendejo getting a teenager pregnant, and she barely was a teenager. Barely, okay? Is because I'm a father. And it blows me away that anyone that's a father would wish that on their daughter. And to be honest with you, gente, and even if he was on Megan's Law, he's not on Megan's Law, he still would come on the internet and, mija, let me teach you about the fall of Babylon. Quítate la ropa primero. You know, es un descarado sinvergüenza. It'll still come on the internet, right? Because there's no clecha and there's actually no character, right? Because if you had character, you would feel the shame, know you've fallen from grace, and man, shit, pick up the pieces, but move on. But it ain't going to be in this space no more. In this space, you're always going to be a chomo and you're always going to be a predator. And Norby's, as far as Norby's is concerned, look, man, I've said this about Norby's. He's a fucking cool dude, man. Norby's is a really, really cool dude, man. He's down to earth. He's a cool dude. The only thing I've ever said about Norby's, maybe he's talked shit about me. I don't know, because I'm really just going in on his mentor. But the only thing I've said to him is just be careful, because the streets don't forgive. The streets do crazy shit. And you guys could be walking into a pinche Taco Bell. I know you like Taco Bell, pinche Norby's. You could be walking into a Taco Bell and you're going to get the collateral damage that's going to come to this individual. But maybe this individual is a stand-up dude and I don't know. Maybe he is and I don't know. Not when it comes to the girl issue. That is a mierda off the top. That's a receipt. That's a proven, verified fact to me in my book, that the streets are going to have a problem with them. But maybe aside that, I don't know all the intricacies over there. We got Cali Legends Media, who's the big homie, the OG. I believe he is. Again, I don't know, because it's all the internet. How could you ever be 100% and say you know something that comes from the internet? How could you know? Maybe I don't know, but that's all I've said about Norby's. But as far as Norby's, he's still a cool ass dude, man. He's still a cool dude. And if he talks shit, he talks shit, man. What am I going to get about talking shit about him, right? All he wants to do is talk about politics. Maybe politics is his new lane. Politics is definitely not my lane. It's a fucking buzz killer, etc. Right? But let's go back to the meat and potatoes so we can wrap this channel up. Look, listen, gente. If you were raised in an environment with a lot of pinche vatos that were sex playing, horse playing around, grabbing each other or whatever like that, I get it and I get it. But to a degree that's a whole lot higher, there's a standard that's a whole lot higher that actually puts women, respect toward women, on a high enough pedestal that I am not going to disrespect in front of a woman, or even if there's ladies in the chat, start talking about glizzies, hot dogs, putting things in your mouth, putting things in wherever you want to put things, etc. That's not going to happen here, and it's never going to be Chicano too. So the ladies, feel safe in the comments over here. The ladies feel safe in the chat. I actually wrench up a lot of the ladies just so they can, in case I miss the comments on the screen over there, they can go ahead and protect themselves, because I can't see it. The chat has been so lit lately. Now the comments just go by and I miss a lot of the comments, but I wrench most of the day one ladies That way they can go ahead and whack a pendejo. You want to give them a timeout, whack them. Go ahead and give them a 30, 60, 5-minute timeout. And if he still is a weirdo, because most people that troll are just robots, etc., then you can go ahead and permanently just block his ass or her from the channel, whoever's doing that. But we don't play that right here. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this one up, gente. If you like this fire content, I'm going to give you another reminder. Right there is the thumbs up button. Bang that one, por favor. And then go down to the comments and swipe right. Swipe right. There's a hype video button. You can go ahead and hit that. That really helps the channel reach wider audiences. And don't forget that we're streaming on Twitch Landia. Over there is uncensored. Puedes decir malas palabras, que chinga tu madre, and all kinds of stuff in the comments. It's interactive, it's lit. There's emojis, there's GIFs, there's all of that stuff. And this Friday night, we're going to have an epic stream. I'm going to put something that was just in the members only for a while, in the members only specifically. We're going to go ahead and put it out there since people want to know. And then after I put that out there, wow, this and that and this and that. And I can't wait to see what people are going to say, right? Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to help others move in excellence, because it's going to bless them and it's also going to bless you. All right, with this one, to the next episode, gente, I'm out. I'll see you on the next one.